Update. Well, for those of you who get my MMT TRADER report, you know that I sent out on Monday, and even before Monday over the weekend, I said there was going to be some major money-making recommendations in there. And in the report, you know that I talked about that the Canadian dollar was a major buy. And what happened? Today we saw the Bank of Canada come out with some very hawkish statements which caused the Canadian dollar to surge to a 5-week high. Now, those of you who have been following me and those of you who have been trading Forex, we have been long the Canadian dollar. So we cashed in big time today. I had mentioned for the past several weeks the enormous, gigantic short position in the Canadian dollar by speculators and asset managers, and we were betting against them. So once again, the money flows into our pockets. Folks, you don't get this anywhere else. You do not get this anywhere else. This is on MMT TRADER. I'm not going to go on and drone on about this because many of you already know. So a big score in the Canadian dollar, which we were long and had a huge move. Now, back to some current events. You see the CBO came out with a report today that 23 million people will lose health insurance under the GOP plan, which of course now it's very questionable whether existing conditions will be, pre-existing conditions will be covered. There are all kinds of, constraints on that now. So, but again, that plan, though passed by the House, which Trump endorsed, very disappointed in that. That's probably dead on arrival in the Senate. But as I have been saying, and also with respect to the budget proposal that just came out, once these things are openly discussed in policy, when they're written down, when they're put out there as a plan, they tend to move in that direction. So while you may not get the exact initial proposal, you will get something along those lines. So for those of you who are talking to me about, when I said the 3.6 trillion of spending cuts, which is, it's just insanity. That is an economic depression, folks. When you're saying that's never going to happen, well, the 3.6 trillion in cuts probably will never happen. However, and by the way, you can't get 3.6 trillion in cuts unless you really cut into entitlements, which, by the way, I hate that word. They're not entitlements. Those are, that's a retirement plan. It's taken out of your money. So you're not, it's not like they're entitling you to anything. You are paying for that, all right? So, but anyway, what I'm saying is that once it is put out there as a proposal, officially written down as a plan, it tends to gravitate in that direction. And with a GOP-controlled Congress, you are going to get big cuts because the belief system out there is that the government needs money. It needs dollars. There is not an understanding that that is a fallacy, that is wrong. The government creates dollars. There is no constraint on its ability to spend other than self-imposed constraints, political constraints, all right? China does not make dollars. We do not borrow from China, okay? We have no debt. The 20 trillion outstanding in treasuries is the total amount that the government has spent in terms of dollars minus what it has taken away in taxes. So the 20 trillion is what we own, not what we owe. It's already been paid for. Everybody, that 20 trillion in a broad sense is what we own. All right? We have no debt. We don't borrow from China. All that stuff is wrong, folks. All that stuff is wrong. It is wrong. And when I'm president, I'm going to change all that. And a lot of you support me. A lot of you saying, Mike, it's crazy that you're doing something like that. Well, yeah, really? Let me give it a shot. We'll see how crazy it is. Please donate to my campaign. Go to gofundme.com/Mike Norman for president. Please, anything, $1, $5, $10, please donate to my campaign. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.